The wind that teaches you to fly. A some-minute journey of resilience, courage, and inner transformation. Have you ever noticed? The tree that grows crooked often survives the storm better than the one that stood straight and proud. Because it learned to bend before it ever learned to break. And maybe that's life. Not about standing tall at all times, but learning when to kneel to the moment, without letting it define you. They say you should always take the high road. But no one tells you that the high road often begins with swallowing your pride and walking away from battles you could easily win, but know you'd lose your peace over. Your worth is not what others see. It's what you choose to carry when no one's watching. You are not what they forgot. Not what they misunderstood. Not what they left behind. You are the fire that kept burning. Even when the room was cold. Even when no one believed you could light up again. Let that be your legacy. Not that you had it easy, but that you kept rising anyway. A wise soul once whispered, if the voice in your head were a person, would you let them speak to your child that way? Read that again. Because too many of us live inside a war zone. Not in the world, but inside our own thoughts. You'll never be free until you stop chaining yourself with the very doubts they handed you. You don't need everyone to believe in you. Just one person. And sometimes, that person has to be you. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever could. You're waiting for the perfect time. The perfect moment. The perfect version of you. Let me tell you something bluntly. That version of you will never arrive. Unless you're willing to start with this messy, scared, imperfect one. It's not about being ready. It's about being willing. Willing to look foolish. Willing to try and stumble. Willing to show up anyway. Fear will always be there. But courage is what happens when you walk forward with fear still clinging to your shadow. Don't wait to feel brave. Act brave. And your fear will have to keep up with you, or fall behind. Here's a secret, the strongest people you know are not the loudest. They're the ones who stayed soft in a world that tried to make them bitter. Kindness is not weakness. Empathy is not a flaw. Being gentle in the face of cruelty is one of the most radical things you can do in a hardened world. Stop apologizing for growing. People will try to guilt you for no longer fitting the version of you that they could control. Outgrow the box they put you in. Outgrow the limits they painted as safe. Because truthfully, most people don't fear your failure. They fear your freedom. You were not born to be liked. You were born to be real. You weren't made to live according to other people's comfort. You were made to wake up, shake up, and rise up. Let them misunderstand you. Let them mislabel you. Let them walk away. You do not owe them your silence. To keep the peace they never gave you in return. Do not fear being alone. Sometimes, it's the silence that shows you what you actually believe in. When no one's around to influence you. In solitude, your soul speaks. And often, it says, you've been dimming yourself too long. It's time to shine, even if it blinds a few. A river does not apologize for cutting through rock. It just keeps flowing. Not because it's forceful, but because it's consistent. And you don't need to erupt like a volcano. You just need to keep showing up. Quietly. Consistently. Unapologetically. Let your consistency be your loudest voice. Remember this, the lion does not turn when the small dogs bark. You are not here to prove your power to people who wouldn't recognize royalty if it stared them in the face. Walk with calm. Speak with grace. And let your energy declare, I no longer chase. I attract. The most powerful version of you is the one who forgives. Not for them, but so you stop reliving the pain they caused you. Bitterness is a heavy thing to carry. Put it down. It's not yours to hold anymore. Heal. Not because they deserve peace, but because you do. Read this slowly. You do not owe your loyalty to the version of yourself that tolerated less, just because you didn't know better. Now you know. And with that wisdom comes a quiet revolution. Burn the bridges you were never meant to cross again. Build new ones with stronger wood. The kind that doesn't collapse when the weight of your truth walks across. Here's a gentle truth. You're going to be misunderstood. Especially when you choose peace over drama. Boundaries over people-pleasing. Healing over staying wounded. That's okay. You're not here to be explained. You're here to be felt. And maybe today is not about fixing your whole life. Maybe it's just about standing up from the floor, brushing off the dust, and saying, I'm still here. And maybe that's enough. Let this sink deep into your spirit. Your past is not a prophecy. Your wounds are not your identity. Your mistakes are not your life sentence. You are still becoming. Final words. The wind that shook your branches was never meant to break you. It was there to teach you how to fly. So stop waiting for the storm to pass. Let your wings grow and rise. Every like, share, and subscription pushes this message further. If this video inspired you, let it inspire someone else too. Click like, subscribe, and pass it on.